This red flag warning set to go through Saturday, and what that means is conditions are just unfortunately in a position where a fire could start quickly. It has everything to do with offshore wind, which is that northerly, northeasterly wind. And as we go throughout today, you can see that direction stays just like that. I'm taking you into this evening, and then into the overnight hours, you can see it even starts to pick up a little bit there, showing up in Napa and Fairfield. And then later in the day on Saturday, so this is Saturday morning, you will start to see some improvement, at least with the wind as far as the gusts are concerned. Those numbers go down. But notice the direction is still a little bit offshore even as we get into Saturday evening. So it's really going to be overnight Saturday into Sunday that we should start to see that turn, that return of onshore flow as opposed to offshore. So take very good precautions today. Make sure you're just not doing anything that could start a fire. Keep monitoring the conditions like you are right now, watching the weather, making sure you know what's coming your way, and of course have a plan for your family in case of any fire emergencies. Now outside of this, it's a beautiful day out there. Lots of sunshine, gorgeous. As we take a live look here from the Berkeley Hills, temperatures are pretty nice out there. We're at 71 in San Jose, Berkeley about 71 degrees, 68 in San Francisco, up in Sonoma about 73, and this is lovely, right? 77 in Petaluma. Just a beautiful day. It's that humidity level thing that's really the problem. So these are the future humidity levels. Just want to show you where the relief is, because obviously we're heading into single digits in some spots already this afternoon, and it will not get better as we go into our Friday evening. It isn't until Saturday that we start to see a little bit of a return of some of that moisture in the air. And then as we get into Sunday, that's when we're really going to see the difference. That's when that dry air will relent and we'll catch a break. So high pressure here, low pressure there, wind gradient between them. We need to get them to break apart. You can see this is Saturday overnight, right? Tonight to tomorrow. No real progress there. But then once we get into Sunday, now we start to see a difference. And we actually get what's known as zonal, right? You see that where those lines kind of flatten out. That means that our weather gets really calm and really nice. And that's what we're heading into once we hit Sunday. So hang in there, everybody. Let's get through it together, help our firefighters out today and stay safe. And then we've got some really nice weather on the other side.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to kind of give you more of a big picture of what's happening here with the fire danger today. You can see not only are we under the red flag warning, but also parts of central and southern California, including Santa Barbara area and the interior mountains of LA County. But as we zoom in here, you can see that it is very pervasive in the Bay Area. Basically everyone except for that coastline right in the North Bay until 5 p.m. Saturday, because these conditions are such that a fire could start quickly and it could spread quickly. And unfortunately, that's kind of what we're starting to see right now as we've started to see this air dry out in the last 12 hours or so. So these are the current wind gusts. I'm going to take you through this afternoon into this evening, and you can see how that northerly, even northeasterly direction continues, indicating that we've got that dry wind that is going to be bringing that offshore direction. Now taking you into Saturday and the overnight, again, still staying gusty in spots. By Saturday morning, you still see that offshore wind, but later in the day, it does start to pull back, and then we start to get some relief. Now, once we get into Saturday evening, that's when we should start to see the return of onshore flow. But between now and then, and always really, but especially between now and then, you want to exercise precaution and avoid any activity that could start a fire. So not the time to start up the lawnmower, not the time to get the barbecue grill out, that type of thing. You just want to be really careful when we're in these conditions. Obviously, you're doing this, you're staying up to date, you're monitoring local conditions. That's another thing that's really important to do. And, as we can see, things make a turn really quickly. So you just want to make sure you and your family have a plan to stay safe if there is a fire emergency in your area. As we take a live look here from the East Bay, obviously that is where we are having a little bit of fire concern right now as we look to the Oakland Hills. Outside of that, it is a beautiful day out there. Temperatures have been lovely today. You can see we're in the 70s from San Jose to Hayward, 71 in San Francisco right now, Oakland about 75 degrees, and just a few lovely low 80s as we head up to the North Bay. So temperatures have not been a problem for us today. I mentioned that the humidity levels were so very low, down to single digits and teens. Now I want to show you how this plays out over the next 24 hours. And those numbers are likely going to go down even more. We get even drier as we head into this afternoon. As I take you into Saturday morning, notice we do get a little bit of return of moisture, and it does get a little bit better once we get into our Saturday night and Sunday. Now by Sunday, we should start to feel the effects of the marine layer, and then that will help us out. So high pressure here, low pressure there, a wind gradient between them driving that offshore wind. So what we need to see to get this is to get this done with is for this to release. And as we get into overnight tonight, you see that does not happen. It does start to happen once we get later into the day on Saturday. You see those pressure systems moving away from each other. That will help us to get that wind ramped down. Then we get into, as we get into Sunday, Monday, this zonal pattern. That's a lovely space to be. That's very non-dramatic weather where we don't have wind gradients. We don't have anything extreme. So it is today and tomorrow that the fire danger persists. And then we get into Sunday and we start to get a break. We start to get the onshore flow. We start to get our marine layer back, a little moisture recovery in the overnights. And then we have some really lovely temperatures. So just a couple of days to get through. And then we have some good weather on the other side of that.